everybody, welcome back to my channel and happy Friday to everyone. This video has been in the making for a little while and I'm really excited to share it with you. It's for a brined and smoked ham. It takes 10 days to brine the ham, so I actually started filming, like 11 days ago because I just finished it up yesterday. It is a long process, but I feel like it's totally worth it because I just really love this ham. And the brine can actually be used to make turkey ham, chicken ham, and any other kind of meats you want to play with. You know, so far I've only done turkey, chicken, and venison. And I will have tips and tricks for how to use it for poultry versus how to use it for venison further in the video. You will notice that I don't use Prague powder like a lot of preserved meats recipes ask for, and that is because I personally want to avoid nitrates and nitrites in my meats, so I just freeze everything I smoke. If you want to, the recipe does call for it, and if you want to go ahead and use that, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know, and I will share the quantities that you need to use for that, because I don't remember off the top of my head right now. But I can get that to you if you're interested. But otherwise, I really don't think that you really need it as long as you're freezing your meat, and it will not be a pretty pink color like ham normally is. It'll be more like cooked venison color, but really to me that doesn't matter. So anyway, if you all are ready to get started, let's go. So we are ready to tie up our hams. As you can see, I got this one done already. So what I did is I took a chunk of hind quarter. I trimmed off most of the, well, what I would call ickies and chunks of fat, etc. And so basically we have just this kind of gnarly looking piece, but there is a good sized chunk attached to it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take pieces, oh, I don't know, 16 inches, 18 inches. You'll want to adjust just for the size of your roast. And I'm gonna kind of like tuck this piece inside here a bit. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and take that off. Anything that's like really, put that aside for grinding. Anything that's really not gonna fit in there, just cut off. And I did this one with just two pieces here and here, but I think it would have been better to start off putting one in the middle, so that's what I'm actually going to do with this one. So the object or the idea is to close up this center gap and hold it super tight so that when you smoke it, it'll just be like one big chunk of meat. So do that one pretty tight. I'm trying to hold it tight while I tie. Okay, see, that didn't hold, that's still not super tight, but we're going to add more strings, so that'll be fine. That's off. Now the brine recipe, that can also be used for turkey or chicken or anything like that. I like to use it for, I've actually brined whole turkeys and smoked them like that. Then I can just use the meat for salads or sandwiches or anything like that, and that's really good. But I would say the easiest thing is chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast, because once you've brined it and smoked it, all you gotta do is cool it and slice it, and it's great for sandwiches and salads. Though if you do chicken breast, I recommend only soaking it for like 24 hours up to like maybe 24 to 48 hours. Otherwise, it'll get way too salty. This is much denser. So we are going to soak this for 10 days. Okay, so I've got it. 3 going that way. I'm going to do 1 across the other way just to hold it really tight. honestly, would probably be better and would probably hold it together better would be to go this way with it. Probably can't, I know you can't see from there, but on this other side there's actually like a little flap of meat. That's the main reason I'm doing this, is to hold. There's a flap of meat sticking off there. Okay. We're going to get this in the brine and get it in the fridge. So I forgot to actually record when I was making the brine, so I'll just tell you all what's in it. So there's a gallon of water with 1 cup of kosher salt. You bring that to a boil. Well, actually, no, you add all your spices first. You bring the whole thing to a boil, then let it cool to room temperature or colder. I actually ended up shortening the water a little bit and adding a handful of ice cubes in here just to get it to cool down a little bit faster. But I would recommend, if you have the time, I would recommend just using the gallon of water and then cooling it slowly. I'm just kind of in a time crunch here. Anyway, 1 gallon of water, 1 cup of kosher salt, a half a cup of molasses. I use blackstrap molasses, but you can use sorghum, you can use golden molasses, whatever. I just use blackstrap because that's what I had. Half a cup of brown sugar, 4 bay leaves, and 1 tablespoon of pickling spice. You can also, if you don't have pickling spice, but if you happen to have whole allspice and juniper berries, you can just put a tablespoon of each of those in there. But I never have juniper berries around, so I just went ahead and used the tablespoon of pickling spice, and I just said a tablespoon of each. I actually did mean a teaspoon of each. So yeah, so a tablespoon of pickling spice. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you all. So yes, you'll bring this to a boil, and then as soon as it boils, you just shut your heat off and let it cool to room temperature, and then you can pour it. You can put these, honestly, sometimes if I have like a whole turkey or something, I will actually brine it right in my refrigerator drawer. I'll just wash my drawer out really well and put my meat in there, pour the brine over it, and leave it in there. Otherwise, that's like if I'm doing a whole turkey or something. Otherwise, I will use like a 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag with the brine and the meat in there. So we are going to pour our brine over these and put them in the fridge for 10 days. It is 10 days later, and I've taken the meat out of the brine. You want to take it out several hours before you're ready to smoke it. You will basically leave it out until it's kind of tacky to the touch. This is still a little moist, but it's getting a teeny bit tacky. So right now I'm getting my smoker ready to go. Now, depending on what kind of smoker you use, I don't know everything about all the different smokers, so you'll probably just want to follow the directions on the actual smoker for that. But I'm using, can't really see it, I'm using applewood chips for smoking. I'm going to get these, couple handfuls of these going in a bowl of water, soak those for 30 minutes, and then we will get our smoker going. Okay, while our chips are smoking, or are soaking I should say, we're going to go ahead and get our smoker preheated. We're going to set it to 180 degrees. Is 180, and for time, there's going to be probably close to 6 or 7 hours of total smoking, because we will turn the temp up later. But so we're going to set this for 8 hours so that it compensates for preheating, and I can add more time later if need be. So yeah, we're getting it going for 180 degrees. letting that preheat. Okay, we're heading out to the shop. The smoker's been warming or been heating for maybe 15 minutes, so it might not be fully up to heat yet, or fully preheated, I should say, but it's probably close enough. Got our soaked wood chips and our meat. So this is might be interesting. Let's see. Okay, and you can see hubby's Mustang, his four-wheeler, all his stuff. Oh, it's actually, yes, it is preheated. Okay, so first of all, let me see. Try to set this up. Let's go ahead and get the meat in. And I apologize for the mess. Back this off a little bit. There we go. One of these days I want to have an actual room with my smoker, all our meat processing equipment, canning stuff and everything like that, like a commercial type kitchen, but this will work. This works for now. So, and our smoker, I apologize, it's such a mess. There was, like, the second to last time I used it, I think I was smoking late at night, and I just went out and got my stuff, my meat out of there, and ran it in the house and forgot to come back out and empty the water pan and clean it. And several months passed. And then that's when I realized I never did do it. And I came out and everything was a rusty mess. So I cleaned it up the best I could, but you can only do so much with it. And to be perfectly honest, I really probably owe my husband a new smoker. So maybe someday. Someday. But that's this is working for us for now. So that's probably all I can get in there now. I'm gonna add our soaked applewood chips. Get it in there. Flip it to dump the coals. Or not the coals. Let's see. You can't see. Fine. Okay, so we're gonna smoke that at 180 degrees for 3 hours. And then we'll come back and turn the heat up on it until it's cooked. Oh, I know one thing I forgot to do. We're going to want to stick our probe in the very center of our thickest. Actually, that was probably thicker. No, I think that probably is thicker. We'll go ahead and put it in that one. That way we'll know what the temperature is later on. So yeah, that's all we can do right now. We'll come back in 3 hours and see how it's doing. Okay, it's been 3 hours, and so we're going to turn our temperature up to 275 now. I don't know why I keep stopping like that. Okay, 275. Our internal meat temperature right now is 142, and we need to cook it till it's 180. Don't know if we can. Oops, there's my legs. You can't see in there very good. Okay, I didn't film when I was in the shop because it's dark out there. But this is 2 hours later, and they've just reached 180 degrees inside. So I brought them in. We're going to let them cool, and then we'll slice one open and sample it and let you all see what it looks like inside. Forgive my mess in the background. I was making my husband lunches. Alrighty. I think this is cool enough to where I can at least slice off an end. I don't want to. I was originally thinking of cutting it in half, but I want to keep it for a family dinner, I think, and so I'm going to want to keep it pretty much whole. So we will remove the strings, and actually, yeah, I will cut this one in half. I think that's okay to do that. Let me get a different knife. It's not really as difficult as it looks. I'm just not wanting to go all the way through and hit my glass pan and dull my knife. That's why I was just thinking I should have gotten a cutting board. But anyway, oops, there we go. Venison ham. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm just gonna, I won't do that. So what you want to do from here is wrap it in saran wrap and either freeze it or just put it in your fridge until you're ready to eat it, unless you're going to eat it immediately. Sample it. It's good. Very, very good. So, there you have it, guys. That's how you brine and smoke a venison ham. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to it already. And that'll really help me out. I guess that's all for today. We'll see you later. And until then, take care and God bless.